Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is the book of First John, chapter 5, verse 19, and we know that we are of God, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Okay, and I wanted to start off with this precept because something I was thinking about. I was having a conversation with my brother about it as well. Is what you're seeing nowadays, mainly concerning this precept about the second part of the whole world lying in wickedness. Now it's interesting that the apostle John mentioned this, okay, at this point. But when you look at the world today, it's definitely in a very wicked state. And why is that? Because the man of sin, the border of wickedness, Esau Edom, as is referred to in Malachi, the first chapter, and the third verse. Third verse on down, they're known as the border of wickedness. Okay, the habitation of wickedness, because they were created to be the wicked. And pursuant to Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So that, what does that tell us? If the earth is given into the control of the wicked, and in the Apocrypha it says that as the way of the judge is, or the ruler, so are the people. So now, when you look at the world today, after this time period of Esau reigning, which he's still in power now, but you can see how it has gotten progressively worse and worse and worse. Now, it's interesting because it's not just happening, just because they're actually deliberately, like, they have an agenda that they're actually deliberately undertaking this agenda to basically break down society. And if you want, you can actually do this where you can just go and look up certain things that you see today, all right, in terms of, like, basic family structure. Even if you go back a couple decades ago and you look at the attire, that these women had, and men as well. But if you look at what did women wear to the beach, back in the day, and you look at that attire, you'll see how much different it was now. Once upon a time, you got a ticket for revealing too much skin. Fast forward to today, women are leaving their house wearing fishnet clothing with nothing under, and I mean nothing under, no underwear, no nothing, just nothing under. Okay, and that's pretty much where the world is today. Now, what really prompted me to get into this was um, when you look at this whole concept of OnlyFans. This, I haven't, I had time to actually, like, sit down and study and look into what is the origination and all of that of this. But something I have noticed is it's like more and more and more people, predominantly women, are joining in on this whole, OnlyFans creating and all that extra stuff. And their whole thing is it's a stream of income or source of income, or how they make their money, how they make their living, yada yada. But what you have women that look like they can fit the role, but now you have girls and women that in a normal society would not even be anywhere remotely close to that kind of lifestyle or that kind of activity. Okay, and you can see it by the way they look. And I'm not talking about how they look on OnlyFans. I don't know how they look on OnlyFans. I mean by way they look on like their regular public pages, and you can see, like, yo, this person doesn't. You don't even look like you are like that. You know, and some of these women actually have boyfriends or husbands or whatnot who actually encourage them to go ahead and do this so that they can make money, and then everybody can be good or whatever. And if you hear some of the shit that some of these women say, why did they get into this? Oh, because their friend told them they should try it. This is the level of low morality that the world has come to today, because it's not just America, but now, like, this is an actual thing where you have women that go on a social media platform, and it's not just women, but predominantly you have women that go on a social media platform and make erotic videos, wearing either nothing or some extremely revealing clothing, doing all this shit. And the worst part about it is it's normalized. Okay, it's normalized, but that's what you get in an over sexualized society. Everything, the number one thing that is promoted, one of the top things that is promoted in this society is just like everything is sexualized. 90% of interactions between men and women is just sexualized. But when you actually go into, the ancient history and the ancient world, the reason or part of the reason why they were so productive was because there was more to life than just sex. Okay, but today that's what it's all come down to. If it's music, if it's videos, like all these things have some form of some sexual connotation or stigma to them. Okay, to where now it's baked into the culture, it's baked into the language, and it's hard to even have a regular conversation without one or two words, that are normal words, but because of how society has been sexualized, using those words in a normal context doesn't sound normal. It sounds sexual. It sounds crazy, you know. So I mean, it's just going to show you, and it's getting worse and worse and worse because this isn't something that you're seeing in like just a particular subset of women, whether it's based by age or just a type or no. You got young girls, okay, that are now getting into this shit, and that is accepted in society today. And we look at it from a standpoint of this is off, right? So imagine what Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai looks at it as. And that's why the Lord is going to bring such a devastating judgment upon this place. Because of the one reason is because of the immorality. As it says, the whole world life and wickedness. Here it is. You're already going off. We're already in captivity. We're already enduring these curses because of our disobedience. And then while you're serving your punishment, you're pretty much heaping onto yourselves even worse consequences. It's like you're grounded because you stole one cookie from the cookie jar, and then while you're grounded, you just said F it, and you just ate all the cookies in the cookie jar while you were grounded. Instead of doing your homework and doing your chores to try and maybe have your parent look at it and be, you know what, maybe I'll shorten the time in which you're grounded or something of that sort. You went and did whatever got you grounded times 10. That's pretty much what people are doing today. And what do you think is going to happen if grounding? Because then your parent is going to say clearly grounding you wasn't enough, because you didn't learn from that. And that's our people today. So now what's the Lord going to do? The Lord is going to bring that judgment where there is no pleading, there is no negotiation, there's none of that, because as it says in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, that while they had liberty and a place of repentance was open unto them, they understood it not, but despised it. They despise order. They despise the laws of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. They despise having a peaceful society. And so if it's destruction they want, then it's destruction that they'll get. And that's why, going back here, 1 John 5:19, and this is just, and the crazy part about it is, this is just one aspect of the wickedness of society today. Just one. Okay? And it goes on and 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 on. And so this society cannot be allowed to continue. Okay? The Creator, who has set bounds, as the scriptures say, he has set bounds that he cannot pass. And all this is happening because Esau is in power. It's not that Esau is letting it happen, he's making it happen. Okay, that's an important clarification to remember. Esau isn't letting these things go on while he's ruling. He's the cause. He's promoting it. He is influencing. Okay, that's why a lot of these content creators, they're called like influencers, social media influencers, and they're a bad influence. They're a negative influence on people. And they just, if they're bad, they're like spawning more and more of their kind. And before you know it, those that are actually regular right? An actual regular person who you can talk to, who has a good head on their shoulders, become outnumbered and start to become phased out. So now when you talk to somebody, it's almost like you expect there to be something wrong with them. You expect there to be some catch, and that's sad. That's sad that you cannot go up to a woman and just not be shocked when she's an actual regular down to earth person that you can talk to. It's sad, you know, because that's just, and that goes to highlight just how bad this world has become, just how wicked this world has become, just how ungodly this world has become. And so, what do you think the Lord is going to do, as He has showed us time and time again through examples all throughout history, what He does to societies that become ungodly? He needs to reset them. Okay, and the Lord is going to do that by way of the judgments that He's going to execute here, and then ultimately He's going to nuke it. Because guess what? Who is the orchestrator of World War III? The Most High. Putin, Netanyahu, and Biden, and be it Biden or Trump or whoever it is, their thoughts to say, you know what, let's do this or let's do that, that's all controlled by the Lord. So on a carnal sense, it may look like they're the ones. Oh, why is Netanyahu saying all this? Doesn't he know that that's going to trigger this or lead to that? Why don't they just want to back down? And that's because the Most High via the angels are putting it into their mind to do that. And there's different precepts on that. There's different examples of this in the scriptures that the Lord has done it before in the past. That's how you get certain events to happen. So ultimately, on the surface level, it may look like these guys are the ones going to war and pushing the button and giving the orders to send missiles to one location over another. But behind the scenes, the Most High is the one giving them their orders, okay, via His angels. So as a way to bring judgment upon the earth, He is going to cause them to go to war with each other, whether they like it or not, whether they look like they're at peace with each other or not. They're not the ones in control of their actions ultimately. All right, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai is, and according to prophecy, He has told us that He is going to bring that war, and it's going to be for judgment. Because right now, going back to the point that I was making, a lot of these people are resorting to this means of trying to make money because of how bad the economy is getting, because of how hard it is to make make a living, because of how what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the word I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna keep on going. But because of how difficult it is, how high cost of living is, and so when they're seeing that and they're thinking, well, if I can just do this, I don't have to go out and do an interview, right? I don't have to go through the process that every person regularly has to go through. You apply for a job, you need certain qualifications, and if you don't have them, you have to find a way to go and get them. And once you get them, you have to apply and hope that you get a call back for an interview. And once you get the interview, you gotta go ahead and do good on that. And if you do good on that, if there's 1 round, 2 rounds, whatever the case is, you gotta do all that. And then orientation, and then actually go and get the job. That's one thing. And then you may not like the job, but you may need it for money. You don't want to have to be on your feet, depending on what kind of job it is, X amount of hours a day doing this responsibility. And if you don't do it right, they come down on you, all of that extra stuff. So they'll say, you know what? Times are getting hard. Why don't I just go and take videos of myself or pictures of myself, uncovered, and post it up online and charge people to see it? And if that's all I got to do, and I can make more money than somebody who had to go and do an interview and go and apply for this job and do all this extra stuff. So it's kind of like along the lines of that as the mindset. But that's going to come with consequences. Because why is the economy getting bad? Why is cost of living going higher? Why is life getting harder to live? Because of your wickedness. Okay, these are scourges for amendment. These are warning signs that the Lord is sending you, saying, yeah, it's getting bad because you are getting bad. So instead of turning around, and you know what, this is nothing new, because back in ancient Israel, guess what? When the Lord brought judgments upon our people, you know what some of them did? They said, you know what? The Lord is bringing judgment. We got to go and appease these gods. They said, if there's a famine, there's a drought, and it's getting worse. That means that we're not appeasing these gods enough. Let's go and appease them. So instead of turning back to the Heavenly Father, they went more into idolatry until the judgment that the Lord brought upon them was remediless. And that's what's happening here. The Lord is making it difficult, and instead of you turning back and doing the right thing, you're going in a further off direction. And so the Lord is gonna. It's like somebody's trying to signal to you. They're trying to beckon to you something, right? Whether it's like look a certain direction or something like that. They're trying to signal something to you, and the more they signal, the more you're missing the point. So eventually they just yell. F it. The dude is coming, man. Like you're talking about somebody, and the person is walking up. So the person you're talking to is like, yo, they're trying to signal to you with their eyes, yo, the person is coming, the person is coming. And your dumb ass is still talking. Now you're talking even louder. So eventually what do? They just yell, the dude is right there, man, shut up. you know? And that's basically what the Lord is doing. He's sending these judgments, these prejudgments, these hardships to signal to you that, hey, maybe you're doing something wrong. You should stop that and turn back, and do the right thing. And you ain't doing it. So eventually the Lord is just gonna bring judgment. Because clearly you can't understand or hear reasoning. But anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say on that. I was in transit, or I'm in transit, so that's why I tried to read that first precept beforehand. But hey, going back to what it says in 1 John 5:19, the whole world lieth in wickedness, and that is not an understatement. Okay, save for the elect by the grace of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and through Yahweh Shai we have been delivered from that, and Lord willing, physically we'll be delivered from that. But if not, man, there would be no flesh actually left to be saved if the Lord didn't have a remnant, that was gonna obey His word, because everybody else is under the influence of Esau Edom, whether by fear or just by weak-willed or just by deception. They're all under the influence of Esau Edom, and so you can see why they're gonna accept this man as their God. Why they're gonna take his device. But hey, with every action comes a reaction. So that's what the world is going to find out very soon. Anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.